All right. Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I, man, here from the Block Runner, and we're going to be talking about something juicy today. But first, I want to thank everybody for 1,000 subscribers and all the comments that you guys have been putting on our videos. We really appreciate the feedback.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, we just want to say thank you.
Who would have thought little old us, dude, would freaking get to the 1K mark, dude? And it happened so quickly, man. As soon as we started the daily content stuff. So for those of y'all out there who also want to make, content of any kind, dude, the fucking Beeple way or the Logan Paul way, whoever you want to attribute the everyday bro.
Everyday bro.
Like that shit works.
Yeah.
So we got this everyday broad train. What are we, like in a month now or something? 30 days?
This is like the 30th video, so yeah, about a month.
Very nice, dude. All right.
So to kick things off, let's touch base with Bitcoin. So yesterday it reached 49,600. We're on path to that moon math chart that we keep talking about.
Yeah, at some point we're gonna have to we need one of our daily episodes, kind of like get our bearings straight, you know what I mean, as a crypto community, because God, every day it feels like we're at top, like top is in, you know what I mean? Just because things are looking more and more like ridiculous. There's just, the market just seems to do nothing but go up. That's kind of the nature of this altcoin boom. But at the end of the day, the best metric we have is what you're saying, right? This Bitcoin moon chart.
Yeah, and next time I'll bring it up. We want to talk about something a little bit more interesting that's going on with Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah.
So here we have a DeFi station with Binance. And if you look at this, how this is set up is very, very similar to its counterpart, DeFi Pulse. And what we're looking at here is DeFi on Binance Smart Chain.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have just a few projects like starting to take off. And these aren't small projects. These are like, $600 million market caps. And as you can see here, you got $2 billion locked up on Venus. And so I guess to kick things off, we can just start with the number one project here, PancakeSwap.
Yeah, I mean, if you were listening to yesterday's discussion, like towards the end of it, we were talking about how there's a migration happening right now. People, we can't even really call it a migration, because if you go back to DeFi polls, it doesn't look like there's this mass exodus of liquidity, right? Like everything looks still pretty bullish for the Ethereum DeFi ecosystem, even though like gas is so outrageous, it's almost impossible to participate nowadays.
Yeah, it is.
Well, regardless, we're expecting to see like these new DeFi ecosystem hubs, start to emerge in different blockchains. So right now, I guess Binance is the first one that's positioned to kind of like, prove that with this Binance Smart Chain. So obviously the liquidity has been going up like through the roof over the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all you want to do is go down a list of projects, just like you would on DeFi Pulse, to understand where they are. So yeah, let's start with Venus. I mean, obviously the most liquidity is being staked in there, so let's find out why.
Yeah, so looks like on the Venus homepage it says a decentralized marketplace for lenders, borrowers, and borderless stablecoins. So what does that sound like to you, man?
I don't know yet. Keep reading. Let's see what else they got.
It says Venus enables the world's first decentralized stablecoin called VI.
Okay, so already I'm calling a little bit of bullshit on that one, dude.
It's definitely bullshit.
Yeah.
The bullshit part about this, it says the world's first decentralized stablecoin. And I mean, if you dive through a bunch of these websites, everybody's the world's first at everything. And it's just not the case, especially the world's first decentralized stablecoin, because that is by these guys, MakerDAO with DAI.
So I guess that's kind of like what we're leading to here. Venus is obviously like a clone of what MakerDAO does. It's the phase one initiative of DeFi. Mm-hmm. In order for any DeFi ecosystem to exist, you need a stable currency. So that's what VI is, just like what DAI is to Ethereum. So it makes sense that that's like the number one heavily staked protocol. If you go back to DeFi Pulse, Maker is also the number one staked protocol.
Yep.
So we're seeing some mirroring happening here between the two ecosystems.
I guess there's an opportunity here to understand that we have all these protocols and projects happening on DeFi Pulse. Mm-hmm. And the same mirrors of these projects are going to be happening on DeFi Station on Binance Chain.
And also, I think this trend continues. Like as soon as Avalanche, gets their protocol up and running, you're going to see Avalanche Station, I guess. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be called something else. Maybe like Avalanche freaking ski hub or something. Other place.
Yeah.
Kind of play on
Snowpiercer.
some kind of play on brand, right? And then Polkadot, we cover Polkadot pretty heavily, so we know there's a DeFi ecosystem in the works that is only months away from launching. So
I mean, they have PancakeSwap. I mean, they're gonna have their own Aave at some point. I mean, it's all gonna be there. So let's check out.
But you're right, though. You said there's an opportunity here. Like if you could recognize these trends emerging, if you want to allocate a little bit of maybe your riskier portion of your portfolio to try and catch some of these, before they actually take off, I wouldn't think that's a bad idea. I mean, obviously, if we look at the chart history of these, they've done pretty well.
One of the things that we found interesting is there's this initial farm offering through a PancakeSwap, which is very similar to initial DEX offering that we're seeing about from Uniswap, all these different projects where you can buy these tokens in a private sale or get them through Uniswap in the public sale. And so we're seeing the exact same sort of functionality happening on PancakeSwap.
Yeah, PancakeSwap. So, I mean, this is their DEX protocol, right? So this is, what does this mirror? This is mirroring Uniswap, but they're applying at least a utility use case, I guess, to the Pancake token. I think it's called Cake. That Uniswap kind of currently doesn't have. Right now, the Uniswap token serves solely as a governance token. So yeah, they're incorporating another hot sector of Ethereum DeFi, which is the IDO stuff. So it's kind of like a Polka starter built in to PancakeSwap, which is kind of cool.
So one of the things we have to mention is if you wanted to use the bridge on PancakeSwap, if we go to trade and go to exchange and you actually wanted to onboard yourself onto PancakeSwap, you have to use this bridge, which takes you to Binance. And as soon as you try to interact with this, all the Americans, take a look at this list here. And we wanted to make
all of us living in Freedom Land.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Freedom Land. And here we are, number one in Freedom Land.
Yeah. We already knew.
Right next to North Korea, Iran, Iraq.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate, dude, to see that. But.
Yeah, this is why, we had a debate in our last podcast where, this adds more evidence to your position, man, that you think that the United States could just pull a rug just because, they don't have any time to provide those regulations and those gates in order to try taxing some of this activity.
Or just to oversee it. Yeah, that's the thing. This is a space that it moves so rapidly. It's almost not governable. You know what I mean? It's too hard to keep up with. So from their position, I think a much easier solution is to do exactly this. Prevent us from accessing these things. So
right.
Hopefully that's not the case. But regardless, even though we are in the United States, and a lot of y'all watching we still have to be mindful of what's happening in ecosystems that even we aren't allowed to access. We need to know, because at the end of the day, cryptocurrency, it's not a United States or Western phenomena. This is a global movement. A lot of the activity actually is Southeast Asia, outside, not even close to where we live.
Yeah.
And in the last cycle in 2017, Binance was almost the entire driver of the market. Before Binance came to town, crypto felt a lot like how DeFi feels today. It was very fragmented. Everybody was trading on all these really sketchy looking exchanges because there was not really a clean interface, a clean user experience for everyone to gravitate to. And that's what Binance provided. They came in 2017 and totally sucked in all the market share from all the crypto users. Right. And it ballooned. It turned into this obscure platform where everything was in Chinese. Literally overnight, it was the number one exchange. And I think it's probably still is. It's got to be up there with Coinbase.
I think it still is. Yeah,
they might be doing it again, man. They might have figured out a way to corner this DeFi space, just like they did crypto space from last cycle, potentially.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of copycats, not necessarily copycats, but a lot of the same functionalities that we're seeing on Ethereum, it's starting to happen on Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah, and it makes sense, right?
It makes sense.
Yeah, if you're gonna try and kickstart your own DeFi ecosystem and why do this? Well, why not Ethereum? Well, it's the benefits of this chain is scalability. So you're not paying as much in gas. So obviously it's a better user experience and whatnot. So yeah, they're leveraging their blockchain technology, dude, and they're proving it, the use case to it at the perfect time. I mean, these Binance guys, dude, they're not stupid people, man. They're experts. They're veterans. They've been in this market for years now, and
Yeah.
they know what to do, dude. These guys know how to pull some strings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so you're going to see a lot of the same projects happening on Binance Smart Chain, and as well as all these other platforms like Avalanche, like you're saying.
Cardano, too.
And Cardano, yeah. Cardano's like really taking off too.
I mean, EOS was supposed to be this. Unfortunately, it hasn't panned out that way. But I'm sure even that ecosystem, like with the billions of dollars that it's raised, in capital from 2017, like at some point they're going to come out with their own DeFi ecosystem too.
You would expect that. I mean, I still get those voice emails every now and then. They wanted to give us an NFT for being one of the early people on board on voice.
Oh snap! For real?
Yeah,
dude. Seize.
Yeah, seize,
dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we just wanted to show you guys about DeFi Station, and for those not in the United States, I think there's a huge opportunity here, just because Binance has a huge gravitational pull. Whatever they do tends to amass like such large amount of liquidity, and therefore, if you take a look at CoinGecko and you look at the Binance Smart Chain coins by market capitalization, you can see the small charts, the mini charts here, that everything pretty much has gone up over the last 24 hours, or at least 7 days. I mean, 258%.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so there's a huge opportunity, but for us Americans, we kind of have to sit the sidelines
and just watch.
And
like
just
I said, you have to be mindful, just be aware of what's happening, outside of our little bubbles,
Yeah.
And
a message to the United States government: you can't do this. This is this is stifling those people who are savvy enough, who should be accredited investors, that are not, just because we don't have $1 million to our name.
Well, even if you're accredited, I still don't think you get access to Binance. Do you?
Well, no. I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could. If you showed that you were an accredited investor, I think you might be able to gain access to it via a KYC.
Yeah, well, I guess, so there's a couple takeaway messages. Clearly there's some mirroring. So yeah, if you're looking for opportunities, just do your homework on the Ethereum DeFi ecosystem, know what's presently being built and what's like essential to DeFi, and then just keep an eye on all these like IFOs that are launching on Binance, and see like, okay, this next one coming up is actually serving something that isn't present yet, that exists on Ethereum but not yet on Binance. So that's an obvious opportunity for me to invest. Right.
Yeah, like the one that's coming up in the next day and 12 hours is Bear Data provides a trustless and decentralized alternative for off-chain data. And if you take a look at the project site, you'll see that this functionality is very similar to Chainlink, a decentralized oracle. In this case, is on Binance.
Yeah, so I guess this is just like a more specific niche oracle, for a specific ecosystem. All ecosystems, we're seeing this with Polkadot.
Yeah.
They have their own oracles as well. Like all ecosystems will have their own dedicated oracle at the end of the day. If you recognize that as an opportunity, it probably is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Same thing with derivatives. Once we see more derivative platforms launching on the Binance ecosystem, there's an opportunity there,
And then the synthetic assets.
We know how big synthetics is right now in the Ethereum ecosystem,
And then we got the counterpart to Yearn Finance. Look at
AutoFarm.
these yield rates.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it feels like summer of 2020, Really outrageous yield percentages. It's just an aggregator platform. So yeah, I mean, we're seeing it. I don't know if it's like good or bad. It is what it is.
Damn.
It's to be expected. It would be cool to see like more innovation instead of like mirroring of already existing protocols. But regardless, man, this is part of it. This is part of the evolution of DeFi.
Yeah. So I think that covers everything we want to talk about today. Again, I want to thank you guys for the 1,000 subscribers, and make sure you like, subscribe. Yeah, let us know what you think about Binance Smart Chain, and whether or not you're an American and you're kind of annoyed about this regulation, their ability to kind of stop us from getting into this stuff. And we'll see you in the next video.
All right, peace out.